5:52 this morning, an alarming new report about street drugs in the U.S. In an exclusive interview with Fox 61, the Drug Enforcement Agency says a single illegal pill can cause a deadly overdose. And the people getting these pills on the street don't know what's in them. In fact, agents tell us 8 out of 10 illicit pills are now considered dangerous. Fox 61's Brooke Griffin spoke with the DEA and a mother who says those non-prescription pills are what killed her son.
Imagine you have just 10 pills in your hand. Well, according to new DEA research, 8 of them could likely contain a lethal dose of fentanyl, even if they're being marketed as something else, like Xanax. Would you still try to take one? That's the question DEA agents are proposing. They're asking anyone to think about it before they experiment. Overdose is a word that's thrown around often, but not one that Lisa Dean ever thought would define her days.
Okay. Joe is a wonderful, wonderful kid. He was very embarrassed about his addiction. He did everything we asked him to do.
Her son Joe started taking pills early on.
We think Joe was around 16, 17 years old. He told us one time he took a Percocet and he liked the way it made him feel.
At just 23 years old, he lost that battle with addiction.
It was a love affair with the drugs. There's no doubt about it. Because he tried everything, because we tried everything. When I mean we were focused on saving his life some of those years, 24/7.
Joe died of an almost pure fentanyl overdose. His last ever decision was taking that pill.
And we always wondered what would have happened if he had a hard time finding those drugs. Maybe he would have turned around. Maybe he would have thought about it a little bit more and decided, no, I'll go home. But he didn't.
She tells us he bought the drugs on his phone. This is a method DEA agents say is adding to the drug crisis in the United States.
They're not going to the back alleys of Hartford anymore to meet with an unsavory individual in a dark alley. They're getting on their smartphone, they're accessing the internet, they're ordering what they think is Adderall or Vicodin or a Xanax bar, and it turns out to be fake and pressed, and unfortunately we're experiencing an unprecedented number of poisonings here in not just Connecticut but our country.
Agent David Lanzoni says as of this year, nearly 8 out of every 10 illicit street pills are no longer what they seem.
But it was a different time then, right? Drugs were categorized. Drugs were sold as what they were. When you went on the street and you asked for cocaine, you got cocaine. Now, granted, it wasn't 100% pure. It was mixed with a bunch of adulterants and dilutants, right? But now, when you go on the street, there's a good chance that you're getting all those cutting agents mixed with fentanyl.
With the rise in fentanyl-infused drugs, the pill overdose statistics become more concerning every year.
Last year, we lost over 109,000 people in the United States of America. 70% of those deaths contain fentanyl, right? And a lot of those deaths were first-time users.
1,500 of those overdoses last year were here in Connecticut. That's about 4 people per day.
Fentanyl in and of itself is such an insidious drug that it's cross-pollinating from some of the most affluent communities here in our state into some of the poorest communities in our state. And unfortunately, it's going from preteen all the way up to people in their 40s and 50s.
And as a grieving mother, Lisa Dean has one message: educate yourself, your friends, and your family.
It's the bane of our existence. It's torture every single day. And anyone in our position knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Brooke Griffin, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.